My plumber told me about someone who wanted him to reduce his bill because she'd only broken one pipe instead of three. She truly believed breaking less stuff meant paying less. The entire concept of plumbing charges apparently confused her completely. She demanded free labor just for the exposure on her Facebook. He laughed so hard he almost fell off the ladder. She never called him back, which honestly was a gift. One guy at my gym mentioned his friend who works retail and dealt with a customer demanding 70% off because she'd been shopping there for 2 months. 2 months. She acted like she'd been loyal since the store opened. His friend explained that loyalty programs have actual rules, but she threatened to leave bad reviews instead. Honestly, he was relieved to see her go permanently. Sometimes losing bad customers feels like winning the lottery. A neighbor told me about her hairdresser who had someone ask for a free haircut because stylists need practice anyway. The woman had never let anyone near her hair before but thought this was her moment to volunteer as free practice material. My neighbor's stylist just stared at her for a solid minute without speaking. She then politely showed the woman where the door was located. The customer actually came back next week asking for a discount like nothing happened. My cousin works at a grocery store and got someone who tried to buy organic tomatoes at regular prices by arguing the labels were misleading. She literally selected premium items then acted shocked at checkout because prices didn't match her fantasy expectations. The cashier pointed to every single price tag individually. My cousin just scanned everything at full price and smiled politely. She complained about greedy corporations while walking out with exactly what she'd chosen. A friend's dentist shared an absolutely wild story about a patient who wanted free braces because she'd referred two people before. She'd sent friends who paid full price, so now she expected free orthodontics as a reward for her referrals. The dentist explained that referral bonuses meant discounts, not free $1,000 treatments at all. She got so angry she demanded to speak to the manager on the spot. "There is no manager, lady. He's the owner of the entire practice." My sister's coffee shop coworker told me about someone ordering a drink, then complaining it was too hot to drink immediately. Like, yes, that's literally how hot drinks actually work in reality. She demanded a full refund plus a free replacement because the beverage was the temperature it was supposed to be. My sister's coworker just remade it and handed it over without arguing. The customer came back the next day ordering the exact same drink again. One colleague mentioned his wife who works retail and had a customer return opened makeup saying she'd developed allergies after using it. She'd used 90% of the product thoroughly. The return policy stated opened items can't come back for safety reasons. She claimed discrimination against people with allergies specifically. That return policy suddenly became unfair only in her particular situation. She left angry reviews anyway for entertainment purposes. My neighbor's son drives for a rideshare company and picked up someone who demanded a discount before even getting in the vehicle. She complained the fare was too much for her budget, which isn't how surge pricing operates at all. He explained the entire system patiently, but she wanted him to personally absorb the price difference. He drove her around at the calculated price regardless of her complaints. She tipped him $0 and left a one-star review about overpriced drivers. A friend who works at a hotel told me about a guest who wanted a refund because it rained during her stay there. Not a damaged room, not bad service from staff, just actual rain falling from the sky. She'd booked during monsoon season but expected sunny weather anyway through pure force of will. The manager explained that hotels can't control weather patterns unfortunately. She got absolutely livid about this completely unreasonable expectation. She demanded compensation for false advertising of a sunny vacation in the rainy season somehow. My cousin's gym trainer mentioned someone who asked for a full-year refund after attending exactly 3 classes in 6 months total. She decided fitness wasn't important anymore and wanted her money back instantly without discussion. The trainer explained that contractual obligations exist for legitimate reasons, but she wasn't accepting this reality at all. She complained about gyms trapping people in agreements she'd voluntarily signed with full awareness. One girl at my office told me her dad works in tech support and got a call from someone whose monitor wasn't working because they'd forgotten to plug it in completely. Not broken, not glitching, not malfunctioning, just unplugged from the electrical outlet. He suggested plugging it in to solve the issue immediately. She acted offended that he'd assumed she was that dumb apparently. Then silence. Then a very sheepish "oh" from her end. She hung up without saying thank you ever. My hairdresser mentioned a customer who wanted free color correction after visiting a competitor who messed up her hair severely. She got a terrible result elsewhere and expected her original stylist to fix it without charging. The conversation about color correction cost money didn't go well. She threw a fit about this reasonable business practice. She complained that the first stylist's bad work was somehow this salon's responsibility too for some reason. A friend's veterinary assistant told me about someone who wanted free pet surgery because her cat had gotten vaccines there before one time. She honestly believed past visits meant lifetime free services for absolutely everything. The assistant informed her that each service requires separate payment like most businesses operate. She complained vets were treating animals like products or something. She then demanded her pet's medical records for free because the clinic owed her somehow. My uncle's accountant shared a story about a client trying to deduct personal shopping as business expenses on her taxes, like clothing, furniture, groceries, everything she purchased personally. She insisted it all counted as legitimate business investments somehow. He explained basic tax law and regulations clearly. She got defensive and demanded he commit fraud for her specifically. He refused and she fired him immediately. She reported him for refusing to help small business owners later. One coworker mentioned her friend who works at a bank and dealt with someone demanding a fee refund because she forgot her PIN. Not because of fraud, not because of a real issue whatsoever. She just forgot her password. The bank explained they couldn't reverse charges for customer forgetfulness. She complained about predatory banking practices against her specifically. She disputed the charges fraudulently and got her account frozen permanently. She complained about that too somehow. My neighbor told me about a restaurant customer who ordered food, then immediately demanded a discount because he'd been there before. Like, once, maybe 3 months ago during his one visit. He acted like that made him some kind of VIP deserving special pricing treatment. The waiter explained prices don't change for repeat customers without a loyalty card system. He refused to pay full price and left a terrible review. He complained about discriminatory pricing against loyal customers after one meal. A friend's gym receptionist mentioned someone who demanded free classes because she'd referred people before at some point. She'd mentioned the gym to one single person. The receptionist informed her that referral bonuses involved actual discounts, not free memberships ever. She got so angry about this business policy. She complained about exploiting word-of-mouth advertising as a concept. She started a negative social media campaign about the gym afterwards. My sister works at a salon and had someone ask for a refund because her nails broke too easily. She'd gotten expensive acrylics and then went rock climbing apparently. The stylist explained that nail enhancements require care and maintenance. She complained they were overpriced and unreliable products overall. She demanded full refund and left reviews calling the salon's work garbage publicly. She came back 3 months later wanting to book. The receptionist said, "We're full forever." One colleague mentioned his wife, who's a librarian, and had someone demand late fee refunds because she forgot about deadlines. She'd kept books for months past the actual due date. The library explained late fees fund library services and operations. She complained about profiting from forgetful people specifically. She attempted disputing the charges fraudulently and threatened to report the library for late fees on a library that she borrowed from voluntarily. My barber told me about a customer who wanted his haircut free because he'd been a loyal customer for 3 visits. 3 visits. In an entire year. He acted like 3 visits meant he should get everything free eventually. The barber explained that's not how business operates anywhere. He complained about exploiting customer loyalty afterwards. He then went to another barber, came back, and acted shocked that this one didn't offer free haircuts. One girl at my office mentioned her mom works retail and got someone trying to return jeans because they were too blue. Too blue. Not too tight, not the wrong size, not damaged, just too blue overall. The manager pointed out that blue jeans are supposed to be blue obviously. She complained about false color advertising anyway. She wanted to return them because the color was exactly what blue jeans should be. The manager gave her the refund just to make her leave the store. My dentist told me about a patient who demanded free root canal treatment because she'd recommended him to 3 people. All 3 had paid full price for their own treatments naturally. She somehow believed referrals meant free $1,000 procedures for herself. The dentist explained it doesn't work that way. She got angry and demanded to see corporate instead. It's a private practice. He's the corporation. She never came back, which was definitely the intended point. A coworker mentioned his friend who works hotel reception and had a guest demanding a refund because the Wi-Fi signal wasn't strong enough in the bathroom. The bathroom. She expected full-strength internet signals while using the toilet apparently. The receptionist informed her that was completely unreasonable. She complained about poor technological integration in hotels. She demanded compensation for having to walk to the lobby for Wi-Fi in a hotel while using facilities. My neighbor's daughter works at a clothing store and had someone return items because they didn't look as good as expected. She'd bought multiple outfits, worn them to events, and then wanted refunds. The store can't control how clothes fit bodies. She complained about false marketing through mannequins somehow. She demanded refund for clothing that worked perfectly fine, just not on her personally. One friend told me his brother works at a coffee shop and someone ordered an espresso then complained it was too strong and bitter. Like, that's what espresso is designed to be. If someone wanted weak coffee, there's regular coffee right there. The barista offered alternatives to her. She insisted this espresso was defective somehow. She demanded a different quality espresso that would be exactly the same thing. She left angry regardless of options. My sister mentioned her coworker at the pharmacy who had a customer demanding refunds for medications because they didn't make her feel better immediately. She'd been taking them for 3 days total. 3. Medical treatments require time to actually work. She expected instant results somehow. The pharmacist explained pharmaceutical timelines exist. She complained about big pharma conspiracies instead. She demanded faster-acting alternatives despite none existing. A colleague shared his wife's experience at a clothing boutique where a customer wanted discounts because she'd spotted imperfections under magnification. She'd bought items, taken them home, examined them with a magnifying glass. The boutique said there were no actual defects present. She complained about overpricing products with secret damage anyway. She demanded markdowns for microscopic imperfections. She left reviews calling them liars for not finding her imaginary flaws. One guy at my gym mentioned his friend who works at a grocery store and had someone try paying with a check for an amount different than the total. She'd written a check for half the bill. She expected the store to just accept partial payment through checks somehow. The cashier told her exact payment was required. She complained about discriminating against check-paying customers specifically. She actually left the check there as if it would somehow magically be processed. My hairdresser told me about someone who demanded free extensions because she'd been getting her hair done there for years. At the same time, this woman was 2 months behind on her regular appointments. She'd canceled the last 3 without notice or reason. She suddenly wanted expensive services free. She acted shocked that this wasn't happening. She complained about abandoning loyal customers while being neither loyal nor reliable. A friend's barista mentioned a customer complaining the coffee was too hot for drinking right away. That's literally the temperature required for hot coffee. She demanded a replacement that was somehow simultaneously hot and drinkable instantly through physics. The barista explained that's impossible. She complained about defective beverages instead. She came back the next day and ordered the exact same drink again, though. One colleague mentioned his uncle who works at an electronics store and had someone try returning a laptop 6 months after purchase, claiming it wasn't as powerful as she expected. She'd bought the cheapest model available. The uncle reminded her that specifications don't change after buying. She complained about false advertising through technical terminology. Regardless, she demanded a free upgrade to a better model as compensation.